I would go nuts. I would go nuts. All right, it's 3 after. Let's get this introduction done. Have no volume, or do you have no volume? Okay, guys. Couple show rules. Featured show. Okay. No cussing, no drinking, no smoking. Be positive, be respectful, keep your stupid jokes to yourself. Yeah, that's about it. T, I gave him a warning, and you didn't give him a chance to correct himself, and that wasn't that. I didn't like it, but nonetheless, if I'm giving them a warning, give them a chance to fix it. If I don't say anything, yes, as long as if you're not on the show, you can do whatever you want behind the camera. Okay. So guys, more or less, I do this show. It's lessons learned. So we sit here, we talk about life lessons. Okay. It's not easy, or y'all would be lined up to be on my show. So I ask you, be kind, courteous, respectful. You're more than welcome to engage in the conversation. But when I get Oi in the box, I'm going to focus on him, right? So if your question or comment is not necessarily related to the topic, come back after 11. I can talk with you then, right? But for now, for this 1 hour, my attention is for the show. Okay. I think I did all the rules right. Oh, the only other rule that I've noticed, because I've been going to other shows and people gift and then they get mad that we don't thank y'all for the gifts. But during the show, we're supposed to pretend like we don't see the gifts. We're supposed to pretend like that's not happening in front of our faces right now, Fred. Thank you. That's like the only rule I can't. Well, that one's so cool. Hold on. No breathing either. I'm afraid that I can't. Like, y'all ever have like a rough day, right? And then like all the bad things that could be done or said like appear in front of you, and you have to just woo-saw your way through the whole damn day. I will say one thing. And then I'm the kind of person that once you talk bad about me, I don't forgive you. Or I don't forget. I forgive you for me. Okay? It's not you, Goon. I don't know you. But if you're a part of my past, just know, if you've spoke my name in any negative manner, I have zero desire to ever speak or see you. I had a teenager. She's mean enough to me. I don't need your baloney. Okay? And from the bottom of my heart, I hope you have the day you deserve. Oh, Manda, because I'm a reflection of a lot of people, right? And if you come at me, I'm going to come back every time. And I'm going to remind you that you were wrong. And I'm going to continue to remind you every time I see you in hopes that you don't do it to other people. Because you don't speak ill on people. Like, my life lesson is if you've got time to speak negative, you've got time to fix yourself. And I'm going to be honest with you, fixing yourself is going to get you a whole lot further than trying to belittle and talk bad about other people. I wouldn't say I'm fearless. You did not see the size of the fucking, the freaking spider in my bathroom this morning. And I went, ah! Because I seen it in the mirror. And then I had to turn around and then find out it was really just like this little spider. And I'm pretty sure it's not poisonous. So I just let him run away. I didn't kill him. Oh, God. Ugh. Okay. Guys, we're going to get our act together. Them spiders was gross. Okay. Black cats are supposed to be bad luck. Get to the show. Okay. Y'all distracted me like crazy today. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Lessons Learned. I'm Silly Lily, and we have one guest today. So we're going to get him in the box here in a few minutes. But per usual, I'm probably going to blah, 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 a whole lot to kind of help kill some time. And blah, blah, blah means blabber blab about whatever comes to mind. As a mom to a teenager, I learn lessons every day. Okay. So this is what our part of the show called the Q&Q. I'm going to read you a quote. I'm going to ask you a question, okay? And I want y'all to answer it. And this one is literally like a one-word answer, okay? Future, which is a noun. It wants me to make sure you know that, okay? That period of time in which our affairs prosper, our friends are true, and our happiness is assured. I'm going to read that one more time, guys. Future. That period of time in which our affairs prosper, our friends are true, and our happiness is assured. Would you rather have wealth, friendship, or happiness? This was an easy no-brainer for me. I want happiness because I've learned money doesn't make you happy. It buys you lots of cool things, but at the end of the day, I don't care how much money I have. And friendships are super important, but I feel like that falls into happiness, right? Like I feel like friendship falls, like if you're happy, you're going to find your friends, which is wealth, right? Right? That was where my brain went with it, right? Because if I'm happy, that means that the rest of the stuff has to be good too, right? I feel like maybe they're all kind of together, like, right? Because wealth could be money, but it could also just mean like, you know, being rich from having amazing family, like amazing people around you, right? Who cares about being happy? Well, everybody should be happy. What do you mean? Who cares that you're happy or not? Hi, Lions. It's hard to stand on a jet ski. Okay, like I said, it can buy you lots of really cool things, but at the end of the day, you're still going to go to bed with the same problems you had when you woke up. You're happy being in pain? Well, I mean, to each his own, I suppose. You know what I'm saying? We all got our different... Hold on. I was trying to think of the big word. Hold on. We all have our different different likes. I can't think of a big fancy word. we're just gonna pray for you. I'm a real boy. Different preferences. Thank you. That's a much better word. God. Katie, I need you to think for me a little bit sooner next time, okay? Hello? So, guys, if you're just tuning in, I read a quote, said the future. It's that period of time in which our affairs prosper, our friends are true, and our happiness is assured. Would you rather have wealth, friendship, or happiness? I want to bat my phone. You're like, no. Ooh, I'll catch that. Put that in my bank. Would you rather have wealth, friendship, or happiness? And I said I think I would want happiness, because if I'm happy, I feel like you'd have to have friendships and the wealth kind of, at least, you know, to be comfortable in life, right? Like, obviously, if oh God, my old stubborn self wants to just say, give me the money so that my kids can be happy, right? Thank you. She really wants 2 more. I done told you I'd take them, but these guys are starting to drive me nuts. I need to get out of here and get them a full room. They need more space. We have, her and I both have sugar gliders, for those of you that don't know. All right, I guess let's get our guest in, and then good morning, and then we will go from there. If we've got time to kill, we'll blab about something else, but I want to get our guest in the box. Oh. A magic carpet. Thank you. There's lots. My most expensive one's currently behind me, not happy. So I don't know what I done doing. It's not happy. It was big and fluffy and all over the place. And now it's, I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe I just need to put it up on a shelf or something, because it actually kind of looks cool like that. But I feel like this wasn't supposed to, what's the word I'm looking for? Fall out like that. I thought these were supposed to stay kind of like a mum or something. But all right, there's our guest. No, this is a creme. Oh, crap. Hold on, I kept the sticker on it because I knew I wouldn't remember. Oh, that doesn't say. Creme brulee, some crap. I'll look later. I know I got it somewhere. It's really pretty. It's really, really pretty. But, all right. My Mayoya is officially taller than me. We can do plants after. We'll talk plants after. Good morning.
Good morning.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
There you are. Yes. So how is your Friday?
Good so far. It'll be great.
Far, it's still early, huh?
It'll get great. It always does.
Well, I guess let's let these folks know what topic you picked to share with us, and we'll go from there.
Well, I'm big on second chances right now.
Sorry, I got a call. On second chances, okay. What made you pick that topic?
Well, I don't hide the fact that I got out of prison in December of 2023. And it's been tough trying to rebuild.
Yeah.
And it constantly, I can't find a job. And then when I do find a job, it's always, I'm doing a great job for the bosses, but the other employees, you know, they like to just start things. And
I work in the restaurant business, right? I'm a server bartender, and I'm going to tell you right now, I work with a lot of folks that are in and out, fresh out. And the one thing that I've noticed is we survive longest when we just keep to ourselves.
Right.
Like, I go to work and sometimes I get jealous of the cliques, right? Because everybody's got their group, but me. But I chose that. I chose to be like I'm not going to say I'm the boss's or teacher's pet type thing, because I'm not going to snitch out for stuff like that, but I am going to ride your butt. I'm not going to deal with your baloney. So people just assume leave me be. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, that means that 90% of the people around me all the time don't like me. But when I lay my head down at night, I know I went to work. I know I did a good job. I know that people are happy, right? It doesn't matter what the rest of the people think. It's
Right.
you know, I definitely tell people, keep your friendships separate from work.
Yeah. So at my last job, it was like they would do things, and then when the bosses would ask who did it, they would just lie and say that I did it. So because
Ain't there cameras? You could tell your boss, go look at the camera.
Well, the bosses asked me to do something, I'm ready to do it, And I would constantly, because I worked in a fast food restaurant, and I would constantly just grab a broom and start sweeping, start cleaning.
Yeah.
While they're all back there on their phones.
Yeah.
And they was just threatened.
Try to get into are you a cook?
Oh yeah.
Well, try to get into more of an actual restaurant. I think that, at least from what I can see, where I work now, the kitchen, like, if you're going to do the work, they're going to more so take advantage of you and just let you do the work and shut up about it. Because I feel like, I don't know. I haven't done fast food in so long. I really don't know what kind of people work in the restaurants like that anymore. But I know that those types of restaurants definitely hire a lot of younger people who don't know how to act right. So I would definitely try to get in somewhere maybe like Olive Garden or Applebee's, or you know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah.
Where you're going to deal with more of an adult type environment than you will, at the McDonald's or Taco Bell or Burger King. I've worked at all those. So I don't know. But everybody definitely deserves a second chance. I know I had mine. I had to get my life together.
I've been trying to get on with Coca-Cola. When I went to my interview, when I first got out, I looked toward the office where the guy told me he couldn't use me at the time and they was going to pass. And I told him, I seen all the New England Patriots stuff he had and a Tom Brady jersey. And I told him, I said, well, one day, somebody's going to give me a chance and they're going to get a Tom Brady, last pick, MVP, greatest player ever. Well, the guy that came out of that office, that wasn't his office. But that guy walked out and I heard him say, keep his application on file and call him in 30 days. I'd found a really good job. Better than Coca-Cola when they called me back, so I didn't go over. Now I kind of have too much pride in myself to go over and beg for it and tell them, hey, remember me? But at the same time,
never too much pride to go and try to get what you want. Never, ever. Listen, if you don't go ask, you don't know. You know what I mean? Right. Worst they're going to tell you is no, and you'll be where you're at today.
So, I've got an interview over there next week.
There you go.
So, hopefully that'll work out. And I'm still waiting on background check to come back for another job. So,
There you
but
go.
it's no, I'm still able to get by with right now.
Right.
So,
I'll tell you, it's hard for the average person right now to get a decent job. Anybody can go get a job for minimum wage just about, because nobody's taking those jobs right now because it's pointless. You have to I'm a single mom. I work 7 days a week, and if I'm not bringing home 30 plus an hour, I'm not surviving. That's surviving.
yeah. And like around here, though, the fast food places pay more than like if I go become a paramedic or if I was to go. I have a friend who's a welder, been doing it for 5 years with a union, and his son works at McDonald's for a year and a half and makes almost the same amount of money as him.
I don't know. I think that something definitely needs to help in the industry of like income, just in income and in how you're, like being able to survive. Because as a single mom who doesn't get child support, like if I don't keep going, I'm gonna fall on my face, and that's not an option. And I'm tired. I am exhausted. It shouldn't be that exhausting. Like back when, my grandparents, and even when my mom and my dad got together, it was one person worked, one stayed home and took care of the kids. So if I'm working, I shouldn't be struggling, but I am. And I'm working 6-7 days a week. Most weeks is 7.
And when I had my first job.
All right. Forking Orchid, Goon. The negativity and the rudeness we're done. We're done with that.
My first job, I was making $4.50 an hour maybe at minimum wage. And I could make a car payment. I could pay rent. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And now you can make $40 an hour and barely make it.
Yeah. 15 years ago, I'd say I was probably doing $20 to $25 an hour, and I was living a high life. I had all the things I needed and then some. Sitting here today, $25 an hour, I can just pay my bills and buy mac and cheese and hot dogs to eat for dinner and some rice and beans. You know what I mean? Like, I'm mind blown. I'm definitely mind blown at the cost of things and the increase in prices of everything except what they pay us. I mean, I've seen somewhere minimum wage is still $7.15 somewhere. I just seen it the other day, or 7 something.
Yeah.
Could you imagine trying to raise your family on $7 an hour? After taxes, that's $5 an hour. 5 times 40.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You want people that you can't, that's a car payment a month. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's not even getting a single room apartment.
No, that's literally enough to cover my car payment, my car insurance, and my phone bill. So I could live out of my car if I made that money an hour, It's $16.20. So minimum wage in New York is $16.25. Okay. Ellie, what's the average rent for a 2-bedroom in New York? I'm at the cheap end of $1,100 in Ohio for a 2-bedroom in a nice area. And this is like the ghetto of the nice area is $1,100. That's cheap. But 10 years ago, when my friend moved in here, rent was just under $600. It's almost double that in 10 years. My pay ain't gone up. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, it's definitely crazy. The world's definitely a lot more difficult. I'm really hoping, for the sake of me and fellow servers and bartenders, since most jobs and most people claim that tips are not mandatory and that that's not something that they should have to do, then if it's not expected, why is it expected I pay taxes on my tips if it's a gift? Because you know how all the people who don't tip want to say that it's not mandatory, it's not this, it's not that, it's blah, 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 blah. Well, if it's not, then why is it that I got to claim taxes on it? I really hope that that actually does follow through, because that will actually put a nice chunk of change back in my pocket.
Yeah.
That would be nice. All right, guys, if you're just tuning in, we're kind of talking about second chances, and that kind of right now led to all the different pricings of life and how expensive and how hard it is just to get by, you know? I guess, like, what do you think are some of the things that you do to keep yourself positive? Like, how do you remind yourself that it's going to be okay, and that you've got this?
I have some very supportive friends that keep me going. They well, like I'm also sick at the moment and going through some things, and I'm usually stressed the day before I go to treatment. And yesterday I had but it was just for 5 minutes at a time. So they've actually kind of helped me a lot to forget about all the other things I'm going through. Just getting on here and interacting with people.
Yeah, I think this app's definitely helped me through a whole lot too. Sorry, I'm giggling at his telling I'm going to be the next Ricky Lake down there. Yeah. Having good people's definitely gotten me through some of my worst days. And they don't even know it. You know what I mean? Like, they don't even know it.
And the question you asked earlier about wealth, happiness, or friendship, happiness will bring you all three.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Because, not to get religious, but if you've ever been to church and you've seen somebody who doesn't have a lot of money, but they're the happiest people on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a good family life, they have really supportive friends, and they're happy. So wealth is not about how much money you have. It's about how much, to me, it's about how much, how many riches you have.
Yes.
Because you can have an amazing relationship and be rich in love. You can have great friends and be rich in friends. Yeah. You know,
I would much rather have the handful of amazing souls by my side that I have today than a bank full of money. And now, don't get me wrong, I'd like to have a little more money.
And one thing that I've realized is that you can have 100 people in a room and they're all happy. Then you have one negative person come in there and the whole vibe changes. 60 of them might stay happy. The other 40 are going to be angry with the other person. So then their anger is going to start. So it'll spread more negativity.
Ooh, negativity does spread negativity, y'all.
Yes, the bad apple. One bad apple ruins a bunch.
I try to tell my kid on a regular basis, you got to stay positive, because if you start, the more you talk negative, The more you put it out there, the more likely it's going to happen. Like, I know it sounds silly, but I definitely try to speak positive. Sometimes it's hard to stay positive, right? Like a silly example, last night had a party, $500. They left me 27. So after tip out, I made $12 for 2 hours. But the table after that was 3 young girls, and my table after that was 1 gentleman. He looks like he'd been having a rough day. One of the young ladies offered to buy his tab. That made my soul so happy that, like, it didn't even matter that I just got robbed out of like $100. You know what I mean? But it's to me, because I got negative in my head real fast. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I just spent over 2 hours running, and y'all really. But then that happened, and it was like my instant reminder that staying positive, it's okay. It's one table, one time. It sucks, but I can't let that negative moment become a whole negative night.
Let me ask you this, because I have worked as a server. Have you ever had a customer that just didn't tip, and then you get stuck with that customer again the next time, and immediately you're like, oh, this is just a waste, and then they do tip you, and they tip you well?
I give everybody good service because it's my job. Now, if I have 4 tables and all 4 tables need something, you will be the last I take care of. But I do it in a way that it's not, you know what I mean? Because that comes back on me. And even if that one table, one of my other tables could see that I'm treating that table different, which makes them see me different, and they don't know why I'm treating that table that way, right? So for me, I want you to see me for who I am. I don't want you to see me for what they made me feel, right?
Right.
Does that make sense? So, like, yeah, you walk up to it and instantly you look at. I had one the other day. She sat at the bar trying to tell me she's never been to the restaurant before. I served you last time you were here. Now you've lied to me. Now I know, you know what I mean? And then, of course, she orders her stuff. I write it down, read it back to her 3 separate times, because last time we did this, I read it back to her and she still told me that it was wrong. And she's supposed to have this, this, and this, not this, this, and this. Right? So then ultimately she got a free meal. But what she does is she sits there and ponders. I want this and this and this and this. No, actually, I'll do this. No, wait, I want that. And she does it on purpose, right? So that she can say, well, no, that's not so it's a thing. So when she did it, I read it back to her and I showed her. I said, this is what I'm putting in. You're sure that this is right? And I showed her the paper. I wrote it all out. I didn't even use abbreviations, right? So she couldn't complain. And she got mad that she couldn't complain and she couldn't get free food because I gave her nothing and didn't allow her to complain. So that's how I treat that. I make sure that whatever they did before cannot be brought back. But I'm not going to be rude. I'm not going to serve you poorly because that just makes me look bad.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. if my business picks up the way I'm hoping it does, I'll be waiting for that customer to try to pull some crap, because I'll let them have it and tell my boss, I'm sorry, have a good night, and walk out. No, I would never do that. But because I actually like this place and would hope to go back if ever needed. But unfortunately, we can't control what other people do. Unfortunately, other people don't care how they make us feel sometimes. You know what I mean? But how we hold ourselves accountable and how we keep our heads up high in those kinds of moments shows who we are. Whereas when they do things like that, like, I guarantee you those people who don't tip or run you and try to get the free stuff all the time, I guarantee you karma gets back at them in their own way. You know, you might get this $10, $15 appetizer for free today, right? But you probably got a flat tire on your way home, or you ran out of gas, or you lost your vape, or you know what I mean? Like any kind of thing. But like, you ever notice when you do something wrong to somebody, 2 or 3 things wrong come back at you? So I just don't do wrong things because I'm tired. Karma's mean.
Right. And I've seen this happen before. I've seen people who are shady and do shady things. And like a guy was trying to steal a piece of cake. All right. And he stole it. And he kind of got caught. And then he was like, yeah, I'm trying to buy a piece of cake. And she was like, well, here's 2 pieces. And it's like, how did he get? And he was like, dude, we was just talking about that. And I'm like, yeah. But, you know, I try to, it's difficult to say that I'm always positive about all things are going to work out.
Not always.
I constantly get negative about, oh, it's going to turn out bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lizzie and them always kind of bring me back up.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's definitely like, yeah, I think one of the biggest things that I'm hearing, you know, guys, is it doesn't matter. We all go through things, but you know, we've got our people, you know. And as long as you've got your, and the other thing too is if you've got 1 or 2 good people by your side, I'd consider yourself blessed, right? Because good, honest, cheerleader, loyal people are so hard to find. You know, people will want to pretend to be on your side, but then you turn around and they are talking something behind your back, right? Or, you know, they're your cheerleader when you're over here, but then they go over there and it's the opposite. So yeah, I'm definitely super, super thankful. I've got KD and T there. I got Boop and a couple other amazing ladies, but KD and T are my 2. They're kind of like my 2 rocks. You know, they're the 2 people that no matter what happens within a half hour, they're checking in. You know what I mean? Where are you at? What are you doing? And, you know, I sometimes might not be as appreciative as in the moment, you know, of their check-ins, because I don't want to talk about whatever's going on, right? Because sometimes they'll know that something's going on and I'm not ready to talk about it, but they're like, hey, you good? And then it unravels so quickly. These poor guys get the wrath sometimes. I'm like, I told y'all not to ask me. But I have to get it out, right? You need someone to talk to. You need someone that's willing to listen, and they want to listen. And so thanks, guys. All right, let me ask you, if there was one thing you could tell your younger self, what would it be? I like this question.
Oh man.
It's a hard one, guys. It does take a minute. So
like honestly, the only thing I would tell myself is to, you know, invest it in like stocks.
Investments.
Yeah. That's the only thing, because everybody always wants to know, oh, what would you change about your past? Nothing, because I don't know who I'd be.
Yeah.
Just like the whole butterfly, I believe in the butterfly effect thing. I honestly believe if I'm walking and whether I go left or right around a pole would affect the whole future. I honestly believe that.
Yeah.
So
I definitely wouldn't. As I sit here today, I wouldn't change my past, right? But I would make sure I told my younger self, keep moving. It's going to be okay. Because there were lots of times that I let the sadness and the anger control so much of my life. I killed relationships. You know, I had my aunt is a manipulative narcissist, and she got, you know, she wrapped me right around her finger at a pretty young age, and that took quite a toll on me, right? But as I sit here now, I can tell you in confidence that I had no idea how strong I could be until I had to be, right? And all these things that I've been through are what shaped me into who I am today. And a lot of my past isn't great, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody. But this is who I am. And I might not have all the things I want, okay? But I don't know many people that do. But I'm able to raise my child in such a crazy time by myself. She's doing well. She's healthy. I'm fairly healthy. I still got my grandma who's about to be 95 next month. She's still killing it. You know what I mean? I'm rebuilding my relationship with my mother and my father, both my stepdad, right? Like I'm going back and I'm mending and I'm fixing all the things that I broke because I was angry and I was insecure and I was jealous. I had so much jealousy, which stemmed from anger as a teenager, stemming from my dad leaving when I was 5 to going to have more kids to adopting to still not being there for me. And when you're young, you don't understand. Like, that's just how life sometimes goes, right? So I had anger about that. And it just, I had so much anger and rage that I gave up so many times. Obviously not all the way, right? But there was so many times that it was just, I felt like it was never going to be better. But here we are. It's so much better. And I sit here and like I said, I don't have a lot, but this is mine. I did it. Me. And I'm proud of that. I am. But all right. So I think that as far as your allotted time has gone, I won't require any more speaking, but I would like to ask you a couple questions about you, if that's okay. So that they
All
can.
right.
All right. So I guess, like, when do you stream? What are your streams like?
I stream all day, just about all day. I talk sports, pop culture, comic books, music, movies.
Yes.
My friends come in and box up. We just hang out, have a good time, try and stay positive.
Yeah. Nice. Do you have any other shows or events coming up on here?
Uh, I'm helping Lizzie with the Misfit Bash tomorrow night at 7 p.m. It's a costume contest.
Oh, shoot.
Um,
Lizzie, say hi so they can favorite you so they know where to check you out too. Because if it's through your stream, there she is, guys. Favorite Lizzie, check it out tomorrow. What time? 6?
7 p.m. Eastern,
I'll be at work, but I'll try to check in, y'all.
and it's a costume contest. 5K for first, 3K for second, 1K for third. Judging starts at 9 p.m.
Okay.
And so
That'll be fun. I love the Halloween costumes, seeing what people come up with. It's probably one of my favorite things to see on here. So, ooh, he's got that down, right? Lizzie, he listens. I'm just kidding.
yeah, Lizzie's awesome.
All right. So, guys, make sure you favorite Oi. Get Lizzie down there. Go support this bash tomorrow. It sounds like it's going to be a good time. And thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming on here. And we'll see you hopefully tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Oi. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Lizzie, we're just going to have to get you on the show next. Thank you. Thank you. We'll get you on here for sure. For sure. Oh man. All right, guys. So we've got 13 minutes. I'm antsy. My legs are achy. I've been up and down a ladder. So for those of you that don't know me, I did home remodeling for a really long time. My grandma fell fractured her hip, had to get a partial replacement. So my mom and I became her caregivers. So I put my business on hold, and I'm getting back into it. And I'm already getting busy. I have this job with 2 other jobs lined up. What I forgot was I'm old. My body has not gone up and down a ladder a million times a day for 2 years. Okay. I've not up and down the step stool or up and down from on the plank, like, 50 times an hour. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is just a small corner of my plants, guys. You should see all of them. That's why I sit here on the floor, because I can't think of a better, happier background than my plants. I used to decorate my walls and do all kinds of crazy stuff, but I just can't. None of what I put on that wall beats the beauty behind me. So I can feel my leg muscles are getting stronger. My shoulder is actually getting better as far as the use and the ability to move it. I just don't think the grinding it does is supposed to happen. Actually, Lizzie, hold on. We'll do a little plant talk for a minute. Hold on. Right there. I'm pretty sure this is the Thanksgiving. I don't know. I said Christmas, but I don't know. Do you guys know? Look, it's got some new growth. Oh, this is my new favorite baby. It's my pink princess. Okay, you want to know the trick? Look, this guy, I burned him and he was poop. I really thought he wasn't going to make it. And he is coming back so beautiful. Look at the orange, the yellow, reddish. I almost threw him out because I didn't think, because he all looked like this. But he came back and he's gonna be beautiful. Okay, so here, we'll do some plant talks. All right, so I can't take credit. So I've been using decent products and things have been good for me with my plants, you know what I mean, for a while, right?